So, welcome to this quick chat. Today, I am chatting with Tayla Johnson from McCarthy Panel Works up in sunny Mackay. Well, I believe it's not so sunny right now, but normally it is.
Yes, yes, it is normally sunny.
Yeah, great. Thanks so much for joining us and having a bit of a chat about your experience with DigiSyncro. In particular, you guys are using the AI voice agent to answer your
hmm
phones.
Amy, her name is.
Her name is Amy. We've got a couple of Amy's now.
Let's
It
go.
seems to be quite a popular name, Amy. So there you go.
Must be, must be.
Yeah. So before DigiSynchro, was there a particular issue or problem you were trying to solve when you decided to jump on and use the AI voice agent?
The frequency of phone calls that we were having, I
Yeah.
suppose. We had probably two people in the office that were answering phone calls mainly. On the certain odd day, we would have three, but it still wasn't really enough, or to do follow-ups as well. So that's why we've decided to go with Amy.
And what were your biggest frustrations then with that day to day? Were you missing calls? Were customers getting upset? What was happening?
Yeah, from time to time, customers would be getting upset with us based on it. But it's just something that you have to roll with. And then as soon as Andrea mentioned that we had an AI that we could go to for phone calls, I was like, well, we better give it a go because this is where the girl world's going anyway. So
Yeah, I mean, AI is definitely something that we're seeing pop up everywhere now, isn't it?
that's it.
So tell me a bit about how before AI, it was impacting you and the team not having AI answering the phone. So were you guys having to call people back? Was it stressful? Tell me a bit about that.
So the follow-up procedures from there were getting a little bit mixed up. So making sure we get back to everybody and not having the correct notes before, like what the client actually needed. And now it's all transcripted, and I can follow it back from my computer or direct it to the correct person who needs to follow up on that. So it's become a great tool.
Yeah, excellent. And
Yeah.
if what were you worried about happening if you didn't make some sort of a change? Did you feel like it was going to be overwhelming or frustrate customers? Or...
Yeah, well, I did think it was going to be very overwhelming. We have had a person leave over Christmas, so there's only three of us left in the office, where usually sometimes it may be four. And I was a little bit worried with the frequency of calls coming through, if we'd be able to get through all of them or some of them. I wasn't too sure, but we implemented this October of last year, and since then it's been progressively getting better. So.
Great stuff. What was it that made you decide to go with DigiSynchro? Were you a part of that process?
I wasn't a part of that process, but Andrea gave me the rundown, and I spoke to you and some of your team, and well, I was drawn in, but I think that's just because I know what AI is, and I was
Mhm.
like, yeah, we need to go with it.
Yeah, a lot of people are a bit scared by AI, aren't they? But
I've had
you
some
know,
feedback, yes.
yeah, well, it's funny. And I was talking to another customer yesterday, and he said, I've been listening to every single call because he's a newer account than yours. And he said, I can't believe how good it is. And he said, I was really worried about it. And he said, I actually think it makes less mistakes than my team were doing when they were answering the phone. Because you mentioned before, you've got a person that's left, so you're down to just a few people to answer the calls, which means you could only realistically answer three calls at a time.
hmm hmm
And I don't know if you know this, but the AI can answer 300 at a time.
I didn't know that, no,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
that's how I felt before I had her starting, was like phone call after phone call. I was like, I
Mm.
need to get work done now.
So, was there anything that you were unsure about or hesitant about before starting with the AI?
Um, yes, there was just like how she would approach people, the conversation, like the information that she needed to be given. You can't teach someone that in just a day, but I know with AI, you can give it everything that it needs, all the base information, and it goes off that, which I wanted to try, which we did, and it worked. And I was like, great, we can start doing this like permanently. I want to keep doing it.
Yeah, good stuff. And how did you find the whole setup process? Because we help you step by step, don't we, to get it all set
Yes.
up and running?
Yeah,
Yeah. How did you
the
find
training
that?
sessions were really good with you. I tend to go on the website quite a bit, and I'm just like going through things. I like exploring different websites with this. Like I make sure I know all of my Body Shop. I make sure I all know pretty well most of this, even though I can't make changes by myself. So I do talk to Kirsten quite a bit with ideas that I have, or this is how maybe I want her to display information to the clients, or this isn't the right information, this is what she needs to be giving them. So just little things like that and tweaks in the conversations that I can make.
Yeah, so you found that support and really responsive to help you get those changes happening quickly.
Great. It's great. Yeah.
Yeah, fantastic. And I think that's so important. A lot of people get frustrated with third-party companies sometimes with technology, but we really hang our hat on the particularly Kirsten, who's our client success manager, who you mentioned there, is all about making sure that you get what you need really, really quickly, which is good.
Yes.
What surprised you about how it worked once it was live? Was there anything that surprised you about it?
Probably how quick she started making progress. Because at the beginning, I was telling people she's just on training wheels, like we're getting there. And then I think I stopped saying that within 3 days.
Yeah,
I was
because it
like,
literally,
she's
yeah,
good.
literally doesn't need much training. I mean, that's the good thing about AI is it sort of self trains itself,
Yeah.
but we have to direct it as to what to be trained on. But yeah, it's pretty exciting stuff. Was it easier than you expected?
Yes, actually. Well, because now I just go to Kirsten whenever I've got a concern or something I want to change. I pretty well start all those emails off. Sorry, I've got something else now. Because I'm always thinking of little things that we can change. So
Awesome.
just to make the experience better for the clients as well. Because we've got our AI set to don't mention that she's AI until they ask, because most people don't realize,
Mm.
which is wild if you ask me. So,
Yeah, I think that's one of the best things about it is that when people don't realize it's AI, they talk to the AI like a human, and that actually is how AI works best.
yes.
So when you try and talk to the AI like it's a robot and you don't talk naturally, the AI actually can get a bit confused. So I think what the way that you've set it up is really good. Have you got it answering all calls or just calls you can't pick up? Which way did you guys have it set up?
All calls, it starts by saying, Welcome to McCarthy Panel Works. I am Amy. She doesn't say AI receptionist, she just says receptionist. Asks them what they need and then puts them through to the correct person.
Great stuff. And
Yeah.
so essentially what you've done, so you won't need to hire another person now because you've got AI answering the phone.
Correct. And that's what she was very excited about, I suppose. So then we can just focus on what we need to do here while she takes the phone calls, and then I can just follow up with who it needs to go to in our business. So,
Yeah, so that's great news. I love it when you're able to put a system in place and it pays for itself instantly, which is essentially what you've done there, which
yes,
is
pretty well.
which is great. Where do you notice most of the time saving for you guys?
What's that, sorry?
Where do you notice most of the time saving? Is it in answering the phones, or is it the fact that you get the transcripts coming through from the calls, or how is it really saving your time?
Well, I reckon her taking the phone calls is probably the best.
Mhm.
It does take me like a hot minute to go through the transcripts, but I usually set out maybe 2 afternoons a week just to make sure I'm reading a few of them, making sure everything's still on track. But I get emails with what the clients need, so I can just direct those to the correct person. But we've been able to get through paperwork and get all our check-ins and everything done, so that's been a great helping hand.
Great stuff.
Yeah.
What was the initial reaction from a customer's perspective? Did you find that the customers were pretty accepting of this new AI receptionist?
Some yes, some no. I did put a note down saying some like it, some don't like her,
Yeah.
but it's usually like people who aren't used to AI, they go, oh, well, I just want to speak to reception. I just want to speak to reception. She puts them through anyway, but I mean, she's very nice about it, which we made her be nice about, but
Yeah.
that was pretty good.
One of the things that we say is best practice is to make sure that if someone does say, I want to speak to a human or I just want to speak to somebody, that the AI receptionist does immediately transfer because you don't want to frustrate people, right? So, and
Correct,
we
correct.
understand there are people that want to just talk to a human for whatever reason, but I look at a lot of all the accounts and we have a little scoring system. I don't know if you've seen it inside your account and the dashboard, but you can see the sentiment score. And what that is the percentage of positivity or negativity rated based on the conversations. And Typically, it's around 99, 100%. And I don't know too many humans that would actually get that because I know there are some places I've rung where I don't want to talk to the real receptionist because because of attitude, right? So
Good point. Good point.
yeah, yeah, good stuff. And did you, I mean, have you found some customers that didn't like it in the beginning are starting to like it? We've found with some accounts that there's been some resistance in the early days, but they've worked out they can actually get quicker answers by talking to the AI.
Well, I still have suppliers that call through. They can speak to my parts manager directly if they just ask for her. But I don't think they've worked that out just yet. So they get put through to me and then I put them through to her. So
Yeah, yeah. And
we're
how
working
about
on
the,
it.
yeah, what do you feel are some of the biggest benefits of DigiSyncro itself? So the system, I mean, we've talked a bit about logging in, there's a dashboard, every
Mm.
single call is recorded, there's transcripts. How do you feel that benefits the business?
Well, it benefits me because I usually handle this. I handle this for our business. So I think you guys are really good with getting back to me and putting through the ideas that I think would be best. And I do usually ask for advice, and you guys give me honest answers. Kirsten does when I text her or email her about I want to implement something like this, and then she goes, "Oh, it might be a little bit too long. We could try this, but." So
Yes,
it's
yeah,
been helpful that way. Going on to the website, it's actually really easy to manage. After a few Zoom calls with you, explaining how it works. I got the hang of it pretty quickly, not gonna lie. So I've been just going
excellent.
through it every few days, like just checking it and seeing what else I can figure out on there. So
Excellent. Now, I was just having a look through your dashboard. Actually, I could see that in October you started around about the 20th of October, so not a huge part of the month, but like the last end of the month. And I can see Amy took 340 calls in October.
we're
That's
busy.
that would have saved, and that was a total duration of 347 minutes. So if you start breaking that down into hours, I mean that's incredible, really, isn't it? When you
Mm,
think about that's almost 6 hours of calls done for you in that
mm.
first month. And then if I look at just the beginning of this year so far, because we're recording this in January, let's go this month. So far, it's taken 238 calls. And of course, we've just come back. We're only a week into the year, aren't we? So it's just incredible to think how many calls it can take. But did that surprise you that you got that many calls? I know some of our clients have said, we didn't realize we even got that many calls.
Yes. When it was like the first week that Amy started answering phone calls for us, it was like Andrea told me the number and I was gobsmacked. I was like, do we take that many phone calls usually? Like, I don't even know. I don't keep count. I'm just
Yeah.
one after the other. So
Yeah. And
it
the
was
good
very
thing is now
surprising.
some of those calls you don't, even though you're not taking them, you don't even have to get back to them because if it's an FAQ, the bot just answers the question. And I've noticed that a lot. There's some calls, for example, like, we just need to know where to drop off our car or
Mm.
just wondering what time you open or, when are you open this Saturday or whatever it might be. Or can I come in for an estimate? What days can I do that? And if the bot's trained, it can just do those. And that means no human ever has to get involved in that. Have you found that to be a big benefit?
Yes, yes. So when the early days we set her up, I made sure to have the basic information that I would teach any trainee that we've got in the office. This is what you need to know, and that's what I gave her, and she's been flying with it ever since. So
Yeah,
it's been
fantastic.
great.
Yeah, fantastic. All right. So, a couple of final questions. I know, I mean, we mentioned before, some people don't like AI, and we do hear that a bit when we're talking to people that are considering ways to improve the efficiency in their business.
Mhm.
First of all, looking back, and this is probably a rhetorical question, I think I know the answer, but would you make the same decision again?
Yes.
Yep, definitely. Okay,
Yes,
great.
I definitely would.
So who would you recommend this to and why? Who would you think would benefit by DigiSyncro and in particular the voice AI agent?
I reckon any business ever, to be honest. I think it works really well in a repair industry. I know heaps of other repairers do use it, but I think any business would probably benefit from this if they take a high frequency of phone calls every day. This is the best way to do it, and you can manage your Facebook, Instagram off it, which we haven't done yet, but we're going to. We're just setting up to do that. But I think it'd be great for any business, really. They should look into it.
Yeah. What would you say to somebody sitting on the fence that's a bit nervous about it?
AI is changing the world and we can move with it because that's where it's going anyway.
Yeah, that's what I always say. I don't think it's a yes or no. It's a, is it now, is it later? Because I think if you
Yes.
don't use AI, you're not going to remain competitive. And you mentioned that could be in any business. I mean, I don't know if you know this, but I'm a panel beater by trade myself. So the collision repair industry is something that I really understand, and I think
Yes.
that's helped us set it up very quickly because there are some unique nuances of the industry.
Mm,
But yeah, you're right. It could work in any business. So
yeah.
I'm really glad that you're enjoying it. Is there anything else that you wanted to add before we wrap up that you think would be important for people to know or understand?
Just give her maybe 3 days. She'll show you that she's worth it, or he, whatever you decide to go with.
Yeah, I love how you talk about Amy like she's a real person.
She is, because some people say that oh, I was just talking to Amy, and I'm like, yes, you were.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. I think it's so good that it is. I mean, the technology, and that's a good thing about AI too. It's not going to be going backwards. So even though, some people have had a experience with AI where it wasn't quite 100%, whether it was our AI or any AI,
Mm,
the reality is that the technology is improving so fast. I mean, even since you guys started, we've had a few updates as to how the bots work, and we don't
mm,
always share that with you. We're just doing it in the background, making it work better and better and better all the time. And this is the thing with technology like this, it's never going to go backwards.
that's
So
it.
it's going to
I mean,
keep
I know
improving.
that, but it's hard to explain to some people. Sometimes I'm like, you just got to go with it.
Yeah, excellent. Fantastic. Well, thanks so much for your time today, Taylor. Hopefully, it's helped people get an idea of the benefits of having an AI agent in their business and
Mm,
made them more comfortable with at least giving it a go, and just
that's
seeing how
good.
it goes.
That's
Yeah.
that's it. You can only try something. So
Thanks so much.
thank you.